Hi everyone, today I would like to share with you another art book. It's called Color and Light by James Gurney. He's a wonderful artist. I've been admiring him for quite a while, and actually I didn't know that I already knew him. Just because when my kids were little, they used to watch Dinotopia, the mini-series, and I didn't know back then, but I only found out a few years ago when I started following James Gurney on YouTube that he was a creator, and that before the miniseries there were books, and beautiful books with that. So I was doubly impressed because it's a really nice story, and when I saw his books, I just fell in love with the artwork. In any case, I got this book because I wanted to see more of his work, and also because I wanted to see if he shared any interesting tips, and this title was pretty intriguing to me. So I read it and I loved it, and it's just full of beautiful paintings, and it starts off with paintings from famous artists, and it explains how they use colors and how they handled light at different times. And then the rest of the book is just his artwork. And it's quite impressive because it's a pretty hefty book. It has over 200 pages and it's full of images of his work. So there's a lot of it. So he talks about the different lights, the different sources of lights, like, indoor electric light and street lights, night conditions, and all that, and the ways they light up a subject and the effects it gives on the composition. So, of course, it goes on talking about how those lights create shadows. So he explains all this quite in depth, actually. And as you can see, there are a lot of examples to illustrate the notions that he talks about, which makes it a great book, easy to read and very enjoyable. Then we go on to a little bit of color theory, and then more, like there's a big part about colors, like the importance of the grays, for instance, and how to use some underrated colors, how to use them together, and then the pigments, a bit of background of the pigments, where they come from, their qualities, what you should be looking for when you choose your paints, and then things like the importance of underpaintings and what they're for. So much information in this book, it's amazing. He does talk a lot of colors, as I said, like also mixing and glazing and limited palettes and so much more, really. And he continues on with lots of different tips, like many tips that are super interesting, like let's see, how to paint hair, for instance, or how to paint water or highlights, or motion blur, or fog and mist, sunsets. So this book is really full of very interesting information. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you already know, a lot of things that I already knew when I read it. However, there's always a few new notions that I read about that I find very interesting. And I did learn a lot about a lot of things. So I hope you like this little book review. And if you like this video, please remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.